As you've seen, I've been pointing out that Islam is linked to violence and hatred of others. And in response, some Muslims are now threatening me and my family.
So there you go, chat. That's IP's number. So IP, this is nothing, IP, by the way. Your front door is next. But we're taking it slow because we're going to go the distance. And this is going to affect you, IP, in more than one way. IP's going to have to move house next. You're going to have to move house next, IP. Because you keep saying Islam is so unpeaceful. No, you're the one who provokes. Nobody's stupid, IP, Michael Jones. Your literal sister works at a school that has Muslims in it. You're a little Islamophobe, bro. Why should we trust our kids in the school that your sister's in, that she works at? We need to call the school. Oh, we're gonna do it. Trust me.
Yes, you heard that correctly. This pathetic lowlife Dawa dork who's as dumb as he is arrogant is threatening me and my family because I don't say Islam is peaceful. Well, he sure showed me how peaceful Islam really is by coming after me and my family with threats and harassment. You can't make this stuff up. Now let's be honest as to why they're doing this. It's because they're scared. We've been extremely effective as of late in dismantling their arguments and bringing more Muslims to Christ, especially through the weekly call-in streams we've been doing.
Do you still consider yourself Muslim, or are you agnostic then?
I mean, I'm not really sure if I'd consider myself a Muslim. It's just, I have no way of dealing with this.
When how does a Muslim go to a right Christian denomination?
I think at this point you've left Islam and God has called you home.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Just let it out, man. It's all good.
As you can see, we've been very effective in reaching Muslims as of late, and that's why we keep pushing in this direction. And it's scaring many of the Dawa guys, so they're responding with threats and violence, trying to make us stop. It's not going to work, though. Jesus predicted this would happen as we spread the gospel. We're going to be hated and persecuted for his name's sake, but take heart, because he has overcome the world. There is no scenario where I stop spreading the gospel and calling people out of Islam, even if it were to cost me my life. The work we're doing is far too important. But that's not going to stop Muslims from lying about us. Here's another clip from that dork that's threatening us.
Do you understand what these people say about Muslims and what should happen to them? Do you understand what they believe about Muslims, that Muslims should be all locked up, that they're all monkeys, that their Bible literally says in Deuteronomy 13 to unalive the Muslims who don't believe in the same God as them? These people, they see hijabs on sisters and they want to pull and rip the hijab off.
Of course, none of that is true. I've never wanted to rip the hijab off someone. I don't want Muslims locked up. I think they're loved by God and are the image of God, and I want them to freely accept the gospel. And of course, the Bible teaches us to love our enemies and pray for them, and that we are to live in peace with everyone. Of course, if this guy were to tell the truth about us, it wouldn't sound as bad. So he has to lie, dehumanize us, make us sound evil, so he can justify all the harassing and doxing he's engaging in. And it's these kinds of dehumanizing lies that can lead him and others to think it's okay to commit horrendous and evil acts against us. He's even fantasized about graping a friend of ours.
His audience may end up replicating Muhammad.
Cowardice and beta male behavior. But I'd make you my concubine. I'd grab you from the back of your head. You'd like it.
Remember, guys, he's part of Islam, a religion that claims to protect women, and yet he's out here fantasizing about graping women. What does that tell you? The sad part is he used to not be a bad guy. Before he was heavily involved in promoting Islam, he was saying things like this.
I don't think Azalea should be necessarily, I think she's free to say her opinion, but I think, we should all be uplifting each other rather than trying to tell each other what's wrong with each other,
I agree with that 100%. We need to lift each other up. I mean...
But now that he's become a promoter of Islam, he's become a pathological liar that's doxing and harassing the families of anyone who would dare challenge the religion of peace. This is what Islam does to your brain. But the good news is, we're not going to back down from these threats. Christ commanded us to keep spreading the gospel even when we're being persecuted. And also, if we did, it would teach Muslims that all they need to do to stop us from evangelizing is to threaten our families. And we can't let them do that, because they'll use this on Christians everywhere. So we got to teach them a lesson that if they come after us, we're going to redouble our efforts in reaching Muslims and spreading the gospel throughout the Islamic world. You can help us do that by partnering with us by clicking the donation link below or going to inspiringphilosophy.com/give and help us redouble our efforts to get the gospel out to Muslims, atheists, Jews, and non-Christians everywhere. I also need your support to help keep my family safe, as well as those that work for me and their families as well. So please consider supporting us as we take the gospel to those who need it the most.